Hey there, gang. So I want to talk with you guys today about an upcoming survivor perk called Duty of Care and what it is that we can do to stop it. So for those that don't know, the new survivor chapter, it's not going to be killer and survivor. There's just a survivor coming up in this next patch. And one of the survivor perks, Duty of Care, makes it to where whenever a survivor who is healthy takes a protection hit for another survivor, it gives all of the other survivors, not the person who took the hit, but every other survivor at a 16-meter radius gets a 25% haste speed boost for 6 seconds. This is equivocally the same thing as a yellow and pink bottle combo, but for the survivors. Now, keep in mind, they're not going to be moving as fast as the killers at base, but they get a 25% speed boost from that perk, and that is going to be so good at helping survivors that are getting focused by the killer, either when you're getting tunneled or when the killer is just looking to take someone out of the match, right? And that's what's going to make it so problematic. When a killer tunnels, yeah, it's going to slow you down from tunneling, but you're probably going to be more in a position to stop it. But for killers that play more fairly, right, that rotate their hooks, and typically as a result of that, when you have more survivors left, well, Duty of Care is going to punish you even more now because you're not really going to have the opportunity to kill anyone. Their teammates, whoever you're focusing, they're going to show up, they're going to body block for you, they're going to make it to where, you can't catch them either way. And it makes me think about in-game hook saves as well. In-game hook saves are going to probably be borderline impossible for a lot of killers if executed properly. This 25% speed boost, which doesn't have a cooldown, which doesn't have, it doesn't apply exhaustion, right? So multiple survivors can chain it together. For a lot of killers that don't have a chase power, when survivors just straight up hold forward, I imagine that we're going to be seeing the old era of free escapes, right? Remember when Decisive Strike would give you a free escape? We might be seeing something very similar to that now with Duty of Care. It may not stack with Base Kit Borrowed Time, but you're going to kind of see some cycling there, kind of like I talked in my previous video, where even though the effects and the percentages don't stack, the durations do, so you're just going to be rotating those haste effects. So I can see a lot of lower tier killers struggling because of this, even possibly Clown. Clown may be an M1 killer with hindered and haste, but, again, because he is limited by his bottles and survivors can still body block to some degree, he's going to feel a little bit of pain here, but we can get around that, thankfully. And other killers possibly too, right? Because what I'm here to talk with you guys about today is Forced Penance. Now, I love this perk. I first discovered this perk a couple of years ago, I think at this point. I had a couple of buddies when I was very, very eager and green into the comp DVD scene. I didn't really get much involved with it, but the time that I did, one of the things they told me about was some really strong killer perks that really not many people use. And one of those is Forced Penance. I had played DBD for 3 to 4 years, never even considered using this perk. And what's so great about this perk is it is like the best tunneling perk. When you are looking to focus one specific survivor and you know that their teammates are going to get in your way, right? They're going to look to body block for you. That means that they're taking protection hits. This perk applies broken when you take protection hits. When you are broken, you cannot heal in any shape or fashion. No perks, no med kits, no nothing. And that makes it to where survivors, right, when they body block for you, in this case specifically too with Duty of Care, right? They may be giving that speed boost to their teammates, but they're going to be broken for 80 seconds. If you don't commit to them, you don't have to worry about them healing. Because that was typically one of the biggest problems with that Forced Penance when it comes to dealing with survivors taking protection hits, is you're kind of in a catch-22 situation. Do you go for the person who took the body block and they possibly are going to be less macro pressure, maybe they have less hook states, etc., right? Maybe they're running to a stronger tile than their teammate, right? But whatever, they're going now, they had that 25% speed boost. What do you do in that situation? Because if you don't go again for the body block or they heal with the med kit, Forced Penance gives you a little bit of safety here. You can decide for yourself, I'm going to continue focusing that person that I was tunneling, because this other person, right, they're not going to be able to heal for literally the duration of almost a single generator. So you know for a fact that this person isn't going to be a problem later on, like in Chase. They can't heal with their medkit and literally come back in the event that the survivor can stall out long enough. And in the event that they're still broken, when you finish your chase against whoever they were protecting, you can snowball off of that. 80 seconds is a long time. And so survivors that are still injured, you find them working on a generator, right? Well, they're going to probably give you a short chase if they're not near a strong tile, especially if they don't pre-run. Even if they do pre-run, their chase by virtue of the fact that they're injured is going to be shorter than if it was if they were healthy, right? So that's one of the really, really nice things about Force Penance. And survivors who try to get around the fact that you can just keep, applying Force Penance and having multiple survivors take protection hits, well, all that's going to really do, like I said, you're just setting up yourself for much, much more Snowball. Because Force Penance, again, when you keep survivors injured against Clown, you're just giving them those short chases, and there's really not much survivors can do at the macro point because of that. So I think I've kind of beaten around the bush and really said that all could be said when it comes to words. What I've got for you guys is just a quick little show match. I came across some survivors when I was playing on the PTB very early. They were all looking to take advantage of Duty of Care in addition to a couple of other perks. And while this match isn't so much meant to be seen as like a pure like meta outcome type of gameplay, it's more meant to be seen as this is how Force Penance works to stop this perk and how much more difficult it can actually make survivors who try to take advantage of this, who try to abuse this perk in this way. Alrighty. Let's see what we got here. So yeah, the idea is I actually kind of am expecting them to be body blocking with that new perk. So my plan is to just tunnel, force those body blocks, you know what I mean? I want to force those body blocks. Yes, let's get it going. Body block for me. Yes, do it. Let's get it. Yes, show up. Come on, give me the slow. Oh, that wasn't close enough. No! I don't actually want a protection hit either, though. That's one nice thing here. Hold on, she's still here, isn't she? She is. Oh, fuck. Perfect. They all have med kits, so we don't have to worry about any body blocks. Are you gonna body block for me here? Oh, that'd be such a... No, please don't do it. No, that'd be such a shame. That's one hit. Oh shit, I got fucking caught. Oh, okay. Broken. There we go. So they get the movement speed. That's good to see, but they're now both broken. I wonder if we can do anything about that. Alright, so it's gonna be a little bit harder to play this fucking house without what I want. One vault right over here. Did I over or undershot it? I undershot it. Good to know. Perfect. That actually wasn't a body block, so good to know. She gonna go all the way around because she went far back by the Z-wall tile, didn't she? Hold on a sec. He's got fucking bite the bullet. Ah! How'd she get so fast last second? Okay. Good stuff. Shit. Oof. No flashbangs, right? I'll go ahead and get this hook here. DMS on that. Get my yellow. Rotate. Hide red stain. Perfect. See, look at that. Now, if I want to, I'm actually come back here. I'm gonna return back to hook. I'm purposefully doing this because now there's a time they'd want to be getting an unhook, right? And they would be able to, like we get more Force Penance value. Possibly. There's one of them. There's the one healthy survivor. This forces them to have to heal. They are healing. Okay. That's good. Perfect. I'll commit to this chase. Oh shit, I fucked up. Oh, they're gonna get this if they're smart. I'm just gonna kick this. I fucked that up. I meant to cross up over on the other side of the pallet. That's fine. Works for me. I'm actually trying something here now. I'm actually gonna tunnel in the event that they may or may not have anti-tunnel perks because we have Force Penance. This is literally, again, me playing around the build itself, okay? It's me trying to be stinky. Ooh. Perfect, perfect, perfect. More body blocks. Let me get a bit closer. Force Penance onto her. Perfect. I'm actually gonna go back now because she's healthy and she's gonna pick her up and then I'm gonna be able to put Force Penance onto that person, I think. So this is actually all good here. Hold on, are they gonna rotate this way? All right. Perfect, good shit. I kind of like this so far as a counter. The Force Penance stonks, and we also just got value right there. Ooh, just the tip, smart. Can I actually push her back through one last time? Ooh, just the tip. She didn't make the scene if she wanted to. I got greedy, I should have hit that. She's the only person healthy. This is good. Perfect. Force Penance, by the way, onto her. Yes! Force Penance onto you too. That's amazing. That's what I wanted. So yeah, you go ahead to speed off, but now you're broken for 80 seconds. And the best part, I can camp this shit now. Now, I know these survivors haven't been heavy on the generators, but typically when you're playing this altruistically with the perk, that's, yeah, exactly, right? Well, now you can't unhook. 80 seconds. 80 seconds of being broken, that's the duration of a full hook state. So I kind of want to proxy this for that reason. They literally can't, oh, the other person's broken expire, okay. Broken onto her. That's perfect. I'm gonna actually rotate this way now. You know what? Ooh. Perfect, broken onto her. Everybody's broken now. Oh, she actually doesn't drop this. Wow, greedy. Can you rotate it around this way? Oh, okay. Imagine if I had agitation for this shit, y'all, and I was hooking him with the agitation. Turns out it's a lot harder to fucking heal when you're broken for 80 seconds. Oh, dude. I don't remember who's who, by the way. We're close to 8 hooks, anyways. Oh no, are you gonna be body blocking? Damn, I missed. Not a protection hit, no! Please, not a protection hit! No! Oh, man. That's one. Oh, yes, are we doing this? Keep it going. Can I actually get inside her? Oh, probably not. Okay. Yeah! Oh, they got the medal of man. I like it. All right, respect, respect, respect. Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Can we play around the multiple metal of man? She actually doesn't vault. Now she is gonna want to vault it for the yellow. She actually does it, I'm not gonna lie. Ah, maybe she's just better than me. Oh, okay, she must have, does she have object? No, she don't have object. She's just better than me, I guess. That should have hit. Oh my gosh, dude, I'm just playing like a bum. Come on, can I? Maybe if I put the yellow then right here. There we go. That's all I needed, Garsh makeup kit, baby girl. What? Fuck this shit, dude. Fuck that fucking shit. That's why you run double potency, FYI. Remember what I talk about, how having Flask is a big deal? Flask and Garsh makeup kit. Ooh. Clean. Oh yeah, you got all the body blocks ready? Hey, guess what though? Oh, dude. Oh, are we healing? Aura reading from what? How do we have aura reading? Yes, here they come. Oh my gosh, I got fucking caught on my bottle's overshot! What even are those bottles? What is that? Dude, I swear they fucked with my fucking bottle logic, man, or something, man. Oh shit, do I actually not have a hook here? Oh, we get this. Believe, trust. But yeah, y'all, that is one of the reasons why, especially, these are really good survivors, where having double potency really helps. Or even just anything in Chase, Sancho would probably be doing a lot better. Probably could have just dead swung through that. Totally overshot that fucking yellow on my flick. Hold on, did my pink land proper? No, pink did not. It was still inside the house. Feels bad, man. Warm-up game, though, gang. Warm-up chases. Oh, wait, there's not a DC penalty, right? There technically isn't a DC penalty, so if I really wanted to. It says abandoned. So what we got this match was a team with all 4 survivors bringing the new Duty of Care perk. And I'll be honest, y'all, if we were not playing Clown, let alone if we didn't even have Forced Penance, I really don't know how easy this match could have been, or rather even how difficult, I should say, because we were on Mother's Dwelling, which is not a good map for Clown. I put out a video not too long ago talking about how the main building has just some ridiculous pallets and even some windows which are borderline uncounterable, even with some of the stronger pink bottle add-ons. And when you consider that I'm running Garsh, Makeup Kit, and Cigar Box, what exactly am I supposed to do about that? Especially against really, really good survivors, which these survivors happen to be. although they did play well, it's important to take into account that what they didn't expect was that we brought forced penance. And this just put such a wedge into their plans because here's what their intention was. They were all going to take multiple hits for their teammates. They were going to take advantage of that haste speed boost to chain tiles. They were not going to allow anybody to go down. They were going to cycle taking turns body blocking using their medkits for heals, except we had forced penance. And this meant that every time that we would injure a survivor who did protection hit for their teammate, right, take that body block to activate Duty of Care, well, in order for Duty of Care to activate, so must force penance. They both share the exact same qualifying condition. And that is really what turned things around in our favor, because this meant that if they are body blocking for their teammates to give them haste, well, now they can't heal. And so if they can't heal, they can't take turns. And really what that means is you're setting yourself up to get snowballed, which is what they did, because everybody's going to be injured for a long damn time. And further, another thing that I want to point out is that even though you can build up your stacks of Metal a Man by body blocking while injured, you can't do that with Duty of Care. Duty of Care, again, remember, you have to be healthy. So not only does Force Penance set up the Snowball, but it denies Duty of Care for 80 seconds afterward, which is so amazing. I even should go further on to say it's not even just that 80 seconds. It's also the time it takes to heal. So we really just had so much going for us on account of simply literally bringing one perk. Now, the rest of our perks did play a big part into how we were able to at least win so early. Had we had a more chase-oriented build, especially out Corrupt, maybe we would have been down a gen or two, against this team. They weren't very gen efficient. They were really playing extremely altruistic, probably not expecting Force Penance so soon. And that was really, like I said, why I feel like there were just so many generators remaining. We had literally 5 generators. Every time they got on a generator, DMS. They couldn't get any early generator progress, Corrupt Intervention, right? And then even if they got any progress done, Pain Resonance, knocking off that 20%. And it didn't really matter. And against a team like this, it really doesn't matter to have a whole lot of frontline instant regression, because they're probably not going to have like a bunch of spread progress, especially with DMS and Corrupt Intervention in play, right? We saw how altruistically they were playing and trying to get around us. So they didn't really have a heavy emphasis on generator efficiency for their whole team. If anything, they would have been expecting a small teeny bit of generator progress, right? But that doesn't really work when you've got DMS. That doesn't really work when you're also playing Clown and you can possibly get around the survivors. They're body blocking with your bottles. And even if you can't, well, Force Penance, right? Survivors can't heal. They can only go work on generators while they're injured, and then they set themselves up for that down, which is something that we had in a couple of instances, right? Survivors were stuck injured because of Force Penance, and we caught them while they were still injured, giving us a super fast chase. So I really, really liked what we were basically able to see without needing any other perk synergies. Again, it's a little bit, I'm a little bit curious about how things would have been had our perks been different. I was expecting these survivors, while I did expect them, like I said, to be heavy altruistic, I thought that there would be a little bit more in the way of generator progress, maybe earlier on, but perhaps, they were experimenting, figuring the perk out themselves, just like we were figuring out for ourselves how to counter it with Force Penance. So very, very interesting stuff. It'll be interesting to also see what goes on when the patch goes live. I really don't know how to feel about this perk. I think Duty of Care is a little bit overtuned. 25% for 6 seconds. Clown may be able to handle that better than some killers on the lower end, but you've got killers like Trapper, Ghostface, etc., who don't have any form of inherent burst mobility. They're going to get crippled by this perk. In game, if you don't have someone out of the game or even 2 people out of the game, you're probably just going to get chained out with multiple Duty of Cares. I really don't see why survivors, you won't see this almost as prevalent as exhaustion perks when it's literally just 1 perk slot. It is not that hard to activate. Literally just take a hit for your teammate mid-chase, run behind them, pretend you're their cape. Right? It's again, very easy to activate. So I think that just about wraps up everything I really wanted to talk about here. If I can come up with anything new, if we come across anything when the patch goes live, I'll be sure, of course, to make a video about that and put that on the YouTube channel. If you're interested in learning how to play clown better, if you didn't know, I have a very detailed clown guide that I'll be sure to link in the description. And also, I stream live on Twitch during the weekdays, usually Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 12 to 6. I'm still kind of ironing things out, but I have a link to my stream in the description as well. And lastly, if you really like this video as well as the content I put out, I'd really appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe, not just so you can find out when I post new content, when that also goes on the YouTube channel, but also just so the algorithm will push my videos to more new people. And what I like the most about doing this stuff is just being able to teach and talk about the game to more and more people. So other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Later, gang.